go. Well, hey, man, it's jamithatsme here. Welcome back to my channel, y'all. Let's go ahead and get into the latest episode of Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's talk about it. All right, y'all. First things first, Robyn and Gizelle. So they over there at the I guess they went to Gizelle's, Cal, the guy that does her makeup and her hair and whatever. I guess she went to his salon so she could take pictures. So they're working on pictures for their podcast, which is now out, called Reasonably Shady or whatnot. So okay, girl, we see y'all getting y'all promo in. I have not checked out the podcast yet. Y'all let me know if y'all have and if it's worthwhile. Let me know if I should hop, skip, and jump on over there and check it out. Y'all let me know, okay? Now Gizelle speaks on traveling, talking about how she been traveling or really ain't been traveling a lot. Okay, I guess in 2019 she was doing a whole lot of traveling, and now she's saying she only been to Atlanta about 2 or 3 times because of the panorama. Okay, and she says that you can't have a relationship or a successful relationship in the panorama. And Carol's like, I don't agree with that. I feel like you can, but y'all got to communicate or whatnot. So Gizelle says that she's focused on her needs and stuff. So basically she need her man to be up the road because she's trying to grind on him. And Carol is confused because he like, first of all, you don't even really like for people to be around you. Okay, so see, now I see that Gizelle too played a problem in the relationship she did have with Jamal. It wasn't just Jamal. I think Gizelle also enjoyed being single as hell and didn't know how to act. Now she got somebody, so she really don't want to be around them like that for real. But anyway, I'm still confused at how you realize the panorama was the cause of y'all breaking up. I'm not understanding that because I felt like you wasn't really seeing this man before based on what you showed us on the season. So because I still have questions and you want me to believe about this whole panorama situation as to why you guys broke up, I want you to stop talking about it. I want you to stop bringing Jamal up. I want it to stop being a conversation because it's not making sense for me, okay? And I'm sure the rest of America, because you're trying to get us to believe one way and we don't believe that. You're trying to get us to look over here, but we're looking over there because this is where the real action is happening, okay? Because somebody up in here lying. All right, what else we have here? So Gizelle talks to Kyle. So Robyn ended up showing up. Okay, y'all know Robyn is the late boots. That's what Robyn does. Okay, she shows up late. Okay, they talk about Miss Mia and talk about how she would get her clit done, and she gonna ask Kyle to tell her about it. I said, no, you didn't. Ask this man to tell you about a cow. I said, girl, listen, I have not seen a cootie trois since the 90s. So I wouldn't know anything about it, honey. So girl, don't ask me nothing. So then, of course, Robyn's suggestion, Robyn says, hey, I think that we should reach out to Mia because, we didn't get a chance to get to know her. So let's reach out. Gizelle says, fine, I'll do that. She texts Mia and invites Mia and says she wants to link up with this girl without Karen. Now, the first note that I made was that I do not think that Gizelle should have said initially that she should not bring Karen, because I honestly think that Mia was not going to bring Karen anyway. So I don't think she needed to say that. Why she felt the need to say that, I don't know. But we'll dive deeper into that as we, talk about Miss Mia's response. I was like, oh, girl, not Miss Mia. Okay, we're going to talk about you, Miss Mia, okay? So Ashley and Michael, y'all know every time I hear this man's voice before I see his face, I cringe. Oh my God. I don't know how she cringes. Okay, girl, I ain't never touched this man or anything in real life. This your whole husband and you about to have your second child. I don't know how you don't cringe, but girl, that's not my business, right? Good luck. Okay, good luck. Ashley says that she is falling in love with Michael all over again. I said, girl, if you don't stop these lies. But I guess, talk about she falling in love all over him again because he's being more romantic to her. Now, this is interesting because I'm having a hard time believing the romanticism or whatever that Michael is out here giving to Miss Ashley, because he's shown himself to be a fool so often. So I feel like he's just trying to portray himself in a better light for America, even though honestly it's unfortunate for him. Our minds are already set and made up on who the hell we think Michael is. But you can continue to fool Miss Ashley, okay? As long as you got the coins, she's willing to be fooled, okay? She wants him to have what I write? Oh, okay. So he's talking about how he wants to do a business. So they went out to eat and he's like, listen, We want to do more businesses. Actually, the different direction I want to go in is I want to produce movies. I said, not Michael trying to produce movies. That may not actually be a bad idea. Okay. There are so many streaming platforms that are seeking content. So it may not be a bad idea for him to connect with some good directors and good people in the industry and be able to, you know, produce these films. Okay. We got a lot of our favorite actors that be out here producing their own stuff. I think Jean-Claude Van Damme just put a little funny action film out, and I think that was produced by him. So a lot of these actors be out here producing their own SHI. So if he can find a lane for his stuff, I'm not gonna hate on Michael on that. Okay, do your thing. I'm up here talking to Michael and may fuck around be auditioning for Michael. Michael be like, oh, I remember this that you said. Girl, I wouldn't get the job. He won't hire me, but I'll be okay with that. Anyway, let's move on. So he's talking about how they would be the financial backing for different directors and things to push these movies through. And Ashley is like, oh, that's cute or whatever. But keep in mind, we're about to have this baby. So things are about to shift and shake a little bit. Okay. Now, I don't want the business to come in between our relationship. Now, you do know how that worked out. We had the restaurant, right? Okay. So now that was at a time when we had no children. Now we have one child and another one on the way. Okay. So I just don't want our relationship to really go downhill when we're working on it so well. In addition, I'm going to need those coins. So I really don't want you to use up all of the coins on someone else. Okay. We want to make sure that you're making the right decisions as far as investment. And I want to make sure that my future and my children's future are secured. Because here's the thing. If I leave you, you're still going to owe me that money. Okay. I'm going to get alimony and child support for not one, but two children. I don't care anything about your older kids. They're grown as fuck. I don't care about them. Okay. I'm focused on the two that we have. You knew my position when I came in to be with you. I always understood the assignment. I just want to make sure that you do too. Okay. All right. That's how that's Miss Ashley. Okay. Miss Ashley trying to make sure she's securing them coins, okay? And obviously, I think it's because Michael does not always make good decisions when it comes to investing. So to hear this idea, it's like, I don't want to shoot your idea down. I think that's great. But we got to think about things a little differently. You got to move a little differently and be more careful with how you invest in because we got these babies, okay? And Ashley wanted to make sure that it's still gonna be money in the pot whenever she decides she's gonna go ahead and divorce Michael and get this money. So he better hope that he invest in a good film, honey. Hear me. What else do I have? He throw shade right back. He said, you know, I don't do anything without completely understanding it. I was like, oh, okay then. All right then. So that means you knew what you was doing when you got in that hotel. Oh, okay then. All right then. Okay. We ain't gonna bring it up. Let's move on. So Karen is on the phone with her daughter, Raven. Raven is so cute. She's working in New York and she's a executive. She's a corporate executive. And I'm like, ooh, girl. I wonder what job she's doing. Okay. Good luck in that corporate America, girl. Karen is being sworn in as an ambassador of Surrey County. Now, y'all know last year she did the parade. So now they want to bring her in as an ambassador, which is cool because I know Karen be trying to do a lot for her community back there. So I can't hate on it. Her daughter definitely praises her. And that was a cute moment, even though Karen was up there burning up the damn food, child. Said, and some told me that when she was engaging in that conversation with her daughter, she was so tuned in. I said, watch Karen from the burn some on this damn stove. I don't know which one it's gonna be, but I hope it ain't the meat. Okay, I hope it ain't the meat because you was already struggling to get that pack open, girl. And that's probably the only pack that you had. But let's move on, okay? So Mia, she stops by one of her locations. You know, she wants to exercise the fact that she is a boss. So she likes to go in and check in on the girls and see what they got going on, honey. All right, now her son ended up FaceTiming her. He wanted to have a conversation trying to see, like, what you up to, mama? But I think the daddy had him call Haki to see if she was going to pick him up from practice. And she was like, can you get Daddy G to take care of it? And Daddy G was right down the phone. He said, wait a minute, you want what? I thought you was going to do it. Now, see, that's the motherfucking problem, girl. You don't know how to balance. You need to get your shit together. All right. Now, I don't mind picking this boy up and dropping him off and shit like that. But when you say you're going to do it, I expect you to do it. So she's having a little struggle with that, with maintaining her balance. Okay. Woo. Miss Mia is a trip. I can't wait to get to the meat of it all. So she said that it's just really hard for her to figure all that out, but she's continuing to work on it. Now, y'all help me, because you know y'all gonna do that anyway, because that's just how y'all is, okay? Escala, did I say it right? Leave me a note in the comment. Let me know Escala, because I think I was calling this girl Escale last week. I know it was far off. I can't get it, but I think I got it right this time. Escala, please let me know. All right, so Robyn, Wendy, and Escala, they're all working out. Candiace calls, hits them up, and she's telling them that she wants to invite them to, you know, her buy house or something like that, her peace out house property, I mean pajama party or something like that. So that's what she's trying to do. Okay, now Robyn asked Escala's thoughts on the whole situation with the pamper party. Okay, and she says, girl, listen, her name need to be Messy Mia. It should. She was wrong for that, but I feel like Wendy was wrong too, so maybe they messy together. Don't just not say Wendy wasn't messy or she was doing too much because she's standing next to you. She was doing too much. So anyway, let's move on. So Karen and Mia. Karen comes over to see Miss Mia, and Mia talks to her about the pamper party or whatever. And you know, a whole lot was just going on as far as her and Wendy or whatever. But what I thought was so interesting was the fact that Gizelle felt the need, not Gizelle, but Karen felt the need to bring Gizelle up when Gizelle ain't even have shit to do with this pamper party. That was the gag for me. And that for me, and can't nobody tell me different, Karen is so bothered by Miss Gizelle. Miss Mia, when she brought up the pamper party, she really was talking about her situation with Wendy. Gizelle did nothing to Miss Karen in that moment for her to even bring her up as a discussion, in my opinion. I just felt like Miss Gizelle didn't even speak with Karen. She really ain't have no words for her. She didn't say how you doing. She just stayed out Miss Karen's way, and she had to leave early, and that's what she did. She gave Miss Karen dust. And here it is, Miss Mia talking to her about the situation with Karen, and Karen brings up Gizelle for absolutely no reason. And I was just like, girl, why you gotta bring something? But that's what Gizelle does. You know, she likes to, and I'm like, what does she like to do? Because she ain't do shit to you at the pamper party, so why you bring her up? Okay, so then Miss Mia felt the need to let her know about Karen says that she feels like she ain't got no issue with Robyn, but she feels like Robyn is in Gizelle's bush. Too funny, girl. Just last year you was in Monique bush, okay, and now you got Miss Mia in your bush, but Miss Mia finna come up out the bushes, okay? So we'll see how that's gonna go. But Robyn on the other end is telling Wendy and Escala about the text message that they received from Miss Mia. She talked about how she invited Mia. Mia came back and said, girl, I ain't got SHI or anything to talk to you about, baby. Okay, if it's not about business, would you like for me to go ahead and set up somebody to have a conversation? You know, you want me to put you on my schedule? You want to talk to my assistant? What would you like to do? That was very aggressive. That came out so extremely left field when you just sat up there and said that Gizelle has a good heart. Gizelle hasn't done anything to you for you to warrant that type of activity, or for you to, you know, respond in that type of manner. What else was I going to say about Miss Mia? Because that for me did not make any sense. We'll get to it though. I'm sure we'll get to it. So Mia tells Karen as well about the text. Mia responds, says, unless you want to talk about business, there's nothing that I have to talk to you about. That came so fucking left field. So Robyn says she responded and says she was shocked by her response and wanted to know if this is how she handles people that's trying to get to know her. Right. So Mia responds and says, at Gizelle. See, this is where she really did the most. At Gizelle, since my message was directed towards you, I apologize if you think my response was rude. I just wanted to be direct. Nah, bitch, you wanted to be disrespectful as hell. Now, had Gizelle got back disrespectful with your ass, then everybody would have been hauling off at Gizelle like Gizelle was the one that was in the wrong. Now, again, I don't think that Gizelle should have told her, like, yo, you should not meet, you know, like, don't bring Karen. Like, I feel like let her make that decision. She was, I don't think she would have brought Karen because Karen wouldn't have got the text message. Why would she need to bring Karen? That didn't even make any sense. But I still don't think that she had to respond in that manner. Robyn thinks that Karen is influencing Mia. My thoughts are, yeah, I do. I think that Karen may feel like she's not influencing Mia, but when Karen speaks negatively on Gizelle, that you are technically influencing her. You do a thing to me, which is a manipulation where you say, oh, well, you know, I don't fuck with her. I don't like her. You know what I'm saying? She's been like, but if you want to hang with her, you know, that's cool. You know, that's on you. But then continuing to say negative things about this person. So you already kind of tainting them from wanting to get to know her. But I also feel like this more so than just Miss Karen influencing her. I feel like not only is Miss Karen influencing her, she also was influenced by the conversation she had with Wendy and Ashley at Karen's house when they called her ass out for being one way and then turning around and quote unquote flipping the other way. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that also influenced it, and she probably felt like, oh, the girls are probably looking at me like this or that, you know, and they're saying that Gizelle isn't a good person. So let me just go ahead and say, no, I'm not going to have a conversation with you. So yeah, so I just feel like Miss Mia was influenced by Karen, and she was also influenced by Wendy. And Miss what's her name? Wendy and Ashley. Hold on 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second. Okay, yes, I'll make sure I do that. All right, so okay, overall, Karen says that she is proud of Mia. This is what Karen, she's proud of Mia and says that she's sure down the road that she and Gizelle will have drinks. Okay, but she said that Gizelle got to come at her different. And I'm like, well, maybe Gizelle could have gave her a call, but if Gizelle would have called her, she would have said the same exact thing that she said via text message. So what exactly did you want from her? She would have said the same thing, but it probably would have came off different because a lot of times people read text messages very differently than they do with conversation, you know, over the phone. Give me 1 second. There we go. Okay, bad. Because Miss Thane, you ain't gotta be here for all. You can just go, just skip to your loop. Okay, so anyway, where else am I? Okay, Mia. Well, I was wondering, like, Mia, do you have mental issues? Because some right here starts to not connect for me. Candiace at the studio, y'all know she working on that music and stuff. She working on that album. I'm like, do your thing, Miss Mamas. Okay, go ahead and do you. Let me write this down so I can remember. Sorry, y'all. Okay, bet. All right, so Candiace finally getting to her party. Okay, we at the party, everything's going well. Miss Karen arrives, Miss Robyn arrives. Karen decides to ask Robyn about her wedding. Robyn says that she doesn't want to shortchange herself for what it is that she really wants. She had, so then Karen says that, well, you know, for me, you know, for my renewal vow, we're going to do this and that and blah, 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 blah. But, you know, it's a personal decision, you know, it's a personal decision, you know, everybody has a personal journey. And I'm like, well, Karen, if it's a personal journey and it's a personal decision, then my dear, stop asking this woman about her goddamn wedding. Okay, we understand she's been with this man for 5 years or whatever like that, and then she finally got the ring, and then she's using the pandemic as an excuse or whatever. Girl, leave it alone. Okay, it is what it is. Go ahead and have your damn renewal situation. And I do feel like, Karen, like, are you trying? You got something to prove? Ray don't even want no big ass wedding. Ray wants something small. Ray wants to be protected. Okay, he wants to be protected, but you over here wanting to do the most. Just leave that damn lady shit alone. Let it be what it is. What else is next that I want to say? So Gizelle ended up arriving. Candiace said that she forgot to invite Ashley. I do not believe Candiace forgot to invite Ashley. I do think that it was messed up to not invite Ashley, and I also think it's messed up for you to assume that Ashley would not show up. Let her be the person to tell you, hey, no, I'm not going to be able to make it. Because if the shoe was on the other foot, then you wouldn't have liked that. You know what I'm saying? You would have felt the way about Ashley. So I don't think that was fair for her to do that to Ashley. Say, oh, she wasn't going to show up anyway. No, I think you purposely intended to not invite Ashley. Even though I would have also rather Ashley stay at home. I know Ashley has trying to be around the girls and stuff lately, but it's like, man, you about to pop. You need to be at the house. Okay, so, okay, everybody pretty much gets there. Let's go ahead and move on. So Robyn brings up the text message that Mia sent, and then Karen said, "Oh yeah, she told me about that." Okay, and Gizelle is like, "No," because Karen said that she could come, she just couldn't bring me or something like that. And then Gizelle was like, "Yeah, that's what I told her. Like, come alone. Like, don't bring you because I know you." Okay, so that's where Gizelle was coming from it with. What else did I have? So Mia ended up arriving right in the middle of that conversation. Karen brings up the text messages immediately. She couldn't wait for Miss Thane to get through the door so we could go ahead and talk about this. She says it was wrong on both sides. I have to agree with Karen. Okay, when she says that it's wrong on both sides, that's just my opinion. I feel like, Gizelle, you did not have to include that part. You could have just told her, like, hey, we just want to link up with you, whatever. You didn't even have to tell her, like, hey, don't even bring Karen. And I also feel like it was wrong as fuck for Mia to respond so aggressively in the way that she did. Like, girl, I haven't even come at you sideways. And if I came at somebody else sideways, what they got to do with you? So I did not like that. And Scholar speaks up and says to Mia, like, I'm sorry, I don't understand. Okay, there's a lot of delusion that's going on here. And I must say, girl, that text message was very rude and it was left field, okay? So I'm glad that this Scholar called her ass out. And then Mia turned around and said the dumbest shit in America. How many businesses do you own as Scholar? A Scholar said plenty. And Robbie said, what the fuck? Anybody own it, bitch? What that got to do with the conversation right now? I was here for it. I was here for it because it had nothing to do. And see, right now, Miss Mia, what you're giving me is Miss Wendy last season. Wendy didn't have a whole lot to stand on, even though I didn't feel like anything was wrong with her bringing up her degrees. As I look at it, like, you ain't got a whole lot to stand on. So you have to constantly remind people that, oh, I have these degrees. You ain't got shit to stand on right now. So then all you have to do to throw at people is that I own these businesses. As if you came up off the business on your own, like on your own backs, like you created this or something. No, bitch, you inherited that from your husband because now he's too old to run it and he passed it down to you. Okay, so I didn't really like that you up there trying to throw that up in people's faces and stuff. Okay. So Mia asked a scholar, she said you have time for people putting stipulations on you and how you move. And I was confused. Like, first of all, why would you say that? That makes no sense. What the hell does that have to do with business? And since you want to talk about business, Miss Mia, okay, because you know I have to collect the girls, okay, even though I may like you, okay, everybody's gonna get a fair reading here, okay. The thing for me is you such a boss, but you work for a Bravo, you work for Real Housewives of Potomac, and you want to talk about stipulations and people telling you how you can move and where you can move, where they just told you where you're gonna report to and what time your call time gonna be and how long your ass gonna be there. And then you want to talk about some damn stipulations. It didn't connect for me. I was like, girl, go sit down. Go sit down in the other room, Miss Mia. Because you're starting to bother us right now. Wendy tells her, you don't talk to your girls like that. Mia says that's you, Wendy. That's you. I kind of felt her a little bit when she said that to Wendy, though. Because it's like, Wendy, you feel like you can talk to people any kind of way, too, though. You do know that, right? You feel like you can talk to people any kind of way. And then you want to tell people how they can't talk. So I was here for Miss Mia when Miss Mia was like, that's you, Wendy. That's you, okay? So Mia goes over to make amends with Gizelle. She's like, listen, I'm sorry. We may have gotten off on the wrong foot. Gizelle said, no, we didn't, baby. Not me, baby. You got off on the wrong foot. See, I ain't never come at you disrespectful. And you know, I'm queen of disrespectful, honey, but I ain't never come at you disrespectful. I tried to get to know you and everything, and I just didn't like how you came at me. So she says that Mia says that she will try. She would try to do better with her deliverance, okay? Giselle said, that's fine, but I just want you to know, don't you ever talk to me like that again, okay? We see each other? Okay, see yourself out my face. So thank you. Okay, that's where Miss Gizelle was coming from. What else happened? So Candiace ended up cutting off the conversation, and I appreciated what she said. Candiace said, listen, everything that's happening, these should be individual conversations. I like that she said that because I did not want Mia to be further influenced by anything Karen may have said or Wendy or anything. Like, you and this person have y'all individual conversations, and that's how that should go. Y'all mend fences or y'all don't mend fences. Just like Miss Candiace was able to go and have an individual conversation with Karen. I think Gizelle and Karen need to have an individual conversation at some point versus it being in front of everybody. All right, because I feel like they stuff is really like go way back. So I think they really should be able to have a one-on-one versus talking in front of everybody. What else did we have? So they ended up playing the game Never Have I Ever. Okay, now when it came down to the what was it, ecstasy? Whoever taking ecstasy? First of all, Candiace, where did that come from? Where did that come from? Did somebody in the cast secretly take that and you just wanted to try and out them? That was like so left field. I was not prepared for that. Where did that come from? Who did we see drink? Karen and Wendy. Both of them had a drink. Now, some part of me is like, this may be crazy, but I feel like, okay, Wendy ain't do that. But Miss Karen, I'm over here like, I don't know about you. I don't, because we know Miss Karen, one thing she will do is definitely lie. She also acts like she's not a drinker like that, but every person that came through the door was talking about how Miss Karen drinks and she loves her some Fireball. So I don't know what Miss Karen did back in her day, but I'm not gonna judge Miss Karen, okay? Now, when it gets down to the clit situation, who drinks? Of course, Mia drinks, but then she switches it up, and then she says that she had vaginal rejuvenation, and I said, clit and then vagin, they make the same thing. So I was like, what? Like, that's what be bothering me. She loves talking about how she open, she owns her stuff, but every time you speak, the next time we get a little bit more information, but then it's mixed up. So it's like, what's real? What's real, Miss Mia? I've been wanting to see the good in you. I promise I do, because I still like you being on this show. I just want you to do a little better. Okay, do a little better for me, please. What else we got? Yeah, that's when Mia said that she's transparent. We're very transparent. I'm like, no, you're very fuzzy. Okay, because we could see a little bit, we could see through the fog just a little bit, but it's not very clear. That's what you're giving us. All right. And then later on, we can see where Ashley is up there crying. And I slipped, was like, Ashley, why the hell you up there crying? But again, this woman is pregnant with her next child. I don't know what she was going through. She probably was in pain. She was just like worried, probably stressed. Okay. I think Ashley has anxiety. So she was really worried about not seeing baby Dean for like a week or so, especially going into the hospitals. And you got the pandemic and everything going on. And then also coming out of the hospital with not one child, but 2 children. And I think the fears that she may have had started to resurface themselves at that moment. So I think when we come back next week's episode, we may see Ashley with the new baby. So I guess it's a congratulations to Ashley and good luck. Okay, let me go over here and see what y'all comments over here chit-chatting and talking about, honey. Okay, because I had to, you know, get somebody up out the chat. Hopefully I don't have to get nobody else up out the chat, honey. Okay, let's scroll down to the bottom. Only read a few comments. What time is it? 10:30. Okay. All right. IDK, why Mia just didn't say that in the beginning? Exactly. Just like, why didn't she say that she was a stripper in the beginning? I think she ended up saying she was a bartender and then said that, oh, I ended up stripping, and then turned around and said, you know, they called him when I first started working, but I met him when I was a stripper. All of that is fuzzy. Okay. Call a thing a thing. Let's not call a thing A, B, C, and D. Let's just call it one of them. All right. Let me go up. Another EPI, Mia gets caught up in a lie. Okay. let us pray this is the last time Miss Mia is caught up in a lie, because Miss Girl. Very true, Tasha. Not Tasha, Tosh. Sorry about that. Hate Gizelle and Robyn or not, that text was rude AF. It was. And I think it's sad that people that dislike them so much that they don't be able to, you know, do what I do, which is read everybody accordingly. Okay. If you're wrong, regardless of who your fave is or whatever. Okay. But I told y'all before, I like the green-eyed bandits, but if they wrong, I'm gonna call it out. So yeah, but that'd be so crazy to me. Like the text message and stuff, like they won't acknowledge that was wrong, but they be okay with the lies that Karen be telling all because they like how she goes at Gizelle. Okay. Good luck. What else? But isn't Mia's business is her husband's business, and he gave her ownership because exactly 1000%, exactly why she's sitting up here talking about she's a boss. She be talking like she came from the ground up. I'd be like, girl, no, you didn't. You came up from the top of the building. Stop. All right, it was already made for you. Mia is a weird lady. She's coming out in the wrong way. She's really ridiculous. And you know, Gizelle and Candiace have both done interviews about how Mia came into the show, but in time they're going to see, or at least we're going to see, her change a little bit. And I think it's going to be after she opens up to Gizelle and Robyn about her history and about her past. So I think that's one thing, or listen, it may be after she throw that salad up in Miss Candiace's face and they have a salad war. And that may be when we start to see, the renewing of friendships with Miss Mia and the girls. And you know what's going to be interesting? If I see Mia and Karen are still good friends as of now. But it would be real interesting to see that she brought this girl into the show, and then that girl ends up being on the team of the Green-Eyed Bandits at some point. Yikes. Mia is no, I think I already read that. Mia says a boss just as much as exactly right. Exactly. That's exactly what she was giving me. Like, you keep talking about that the same way Miss Wendy did when she came into the show. And it's a way of acting as though you're better than a group of ladies, but you're still on this show. So much so, Miss Wendy, because I have to get you together, Miss Wendy, that you're changing your whole lifestyle now. You're not even interested in being a professor anymore. All those degrees that you talked about. You may still do the commentating or whatever, but you don't went and got your whole body done. You're trying to do a candle line, and you over here trying to use your husband's finances with his doctorate degree to fund what it is you got going on. And I hope that how I watched that preview was wrong, because you're giving me your mother. That's what you're giving when your mama said, I want my breasts done too, and y'all gonna pay for it. That's what it's giving me. Ain't that wrong with you? I understand Eddie's your husband, but ain't that wrong with you going out there getting it how you live, because that's your business. Okay. Candiace said on Twitter that she low-key did forget to invite her, but who knows, child? Okay, so she said she did forget. I don't believe Miss Candiace. I want to believe Candiace, but I'm sorry, I don't believe that. I'm not mad Candiace didn't invite Ashley. No unnecessary bickering. I have to agree when I think about the last time Ashley was in her house. So she probably did not want to invite that type of energy, even though Ashley is pregnant, into her home. But I still feel like she knew. I do. And another thing, you guys have like group text messages, don't you? That could have been a general group text message that went out. So how could you forget her? If anybody was left out, I would have expected Mia to have been left out because Miss Mia is new to the group. And Skylar is new as well, but she was already with Robyn when the invite was extended. So I'm having a hard time believing my girl Candiace on that one. The last time Ashley came into Candiace's house, she was exactly. She was very disrespectful. So she already mad Karen didn't take her side fully. All of them together would have had flashbacks. And also, what did Robyn and Gizelle do today? I'm confused on that one. She didn't want her in her home. Even if it wasn't hers anymore, she would have had posted in through a fort. I disagree. But you can hold on to that past if you want to. I disagree. But if you don't like Candiace, just say that. I like Mia, tired of the green-eyed devils. Candiace can sit down and do, and so can Wendy. I don't know why y'all have such a dislike for Candiace. that right there be so funny to me. Even if Candiace tries to grow, y'all not gonna hear it because y'all enjoy disliking her so much. But everybody else gets a pass, especially when they be lying. That be the gag for me. Mia trying too hard. She's using same tactics on her husband with the ladies. Okay. Michael better make sure he better got the right people to these movies. It could be very lucrative if done right. Correct. It could definitely be very lucrative for Michael if he does it right. If he does it right. And I think that's what Ashley was saying. He don't typically make good decisions. So we are a little concerned, you know, about how that's going to flow for her. You know, Ashley concerned because she's going to need all her coins, baby. The first time I'm going to defend Gizelle, I believe Gizelle could have worded the text differently instead of saying without care. She should have said, we would like to get to know you. I think Gizelle should have called her. I'm like, if you got her number to text her, just give her a call. If you want to get to know her, give her a call. And just tell her what's on your mind. Hey, you know, we did not get a chance to get to know you. X, Y, and Z would love to invite you out versus not knowing her at all and then sending her a text message. I think she should have definitely called her. That way, nothing could have been misconstrued at all. And it looked like the text messages that they were showing on TV or that Miss Mia put on her page wasn't even the same. I don't recall reading the same messages of what the girls were talking about via dialogue. I got to go back and look because I feel like they were talking about something completely different. No, ma'am. No, ma'am. Let me find out Michael wants to make X. Ooh, girl. No, ma'am. And on that note, let me go ahead and go, honey. Where was that comment that she said? Exactly. Their Monique stands, child. It's the double standards for me. Keep the same energy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? They like anybody that goes against the ladies. Anybody that goes against the ladies, they be here for it. So, I mean, it never makes sense to me. But either way, honey, good luck. Okay, that's all I got. I'm Jamie. That's me, you guys. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to follow, like, comment, subscribe, share my videos. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.